So many comic books moving in the aftermarket. I would normally bring you 10 hot comic books for the week, but this particular week, I've got 16 for you. Yes, 16. So go grab your vibe juice and meet me back here in the comic room, because it's time to talk about this hobby that we love so much. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your humble host, C3, and I am back, not with a top 10, but with a hot 16. Yes, you heard correct, ladies and gentlemen. This week, I've got 16 of some of the hottest comic books on the aftermarket. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, ring that bell, so every time I drop a video, you guys will get that notification and you won't miss out on one of the hottest lists that's going through the comic book industry today. All right? You know what it is. It's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. So check all your nonsense at the door, quiet down the house, and let's enjoy this hobby. Coming on the list at number 16, we're going to talk about Daredevil, Unleash Hell, the Red Band, and this is issue number 2. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is that Declan Shelby 1 in 25 variant. This book is hot. It's doing numbers on the aftermarket. The last recorded sale for this book was a raw copy in near mint condition that sold for $30. Yes, this book is up 21.45%, with the average price for a raw copy being $30, ladies and gentlemen. There's no graded sales on this book just yet because it's still a new book, but we've had 14 total sales of this particular book change hands on the secondary market. We had a high sale that took place back in February 5th of 2025, where a raw copy in near mint condition sold for $60. But if $60 is too steep, just keep your mind on the fact that fair market value does have this book listed at $30 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So, depending on your negotiation skills, you may not have to spend $60 for a high-grade copy of this book. All right? So, if you are in the market for Daredevil, Unleash Hell, the Red Band, issue number 2, that Declan Shelby 1 in 25 variant, keep your eye out on it, because it's definitely moving on the secondary market. And we're going to keep this list moving right along. At the list at number 15, ladies and gentlemen, we have to discuss Street Fighter Prime, issue number 0. Oh yes, big Street Fighter fan. Dropped a lot of quarters in the machine when I was younger. This is that Jeffrey Chamba Cruz 1 in 5 variant. It's moving. The comic book community seems to be excited about this book. It's hot, but here's the thing. This is a strike while the iron is cold book. This book is currently down right now, 77%. The last recorded sale for this book was $6 for a raw copy in near mint condition. That took place just a couple of days ago on February 21st. The average price for the raw copy is at $6, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we've had 8 total sales of this book change hands on the secondary market, with the all-time high for this book being $6. So, just know, fair market value has this book resting at $6 for the raw copy in near mint condition. So you don't have to pay a lot for this particular book if you're looking to add it to your collection. Street Fighter Prime, issue number 0. It's making some waves. It is down a little bit. It is still a popular title, but it is down. So it's an opportunity for you to strike. Strike while the iron is cold. You don't have to wait for books to go up in value and while everybody's talking about it for you to try to add it to your collection. That's when you're going to pay the most for your book. But if you just be patient, like how I do, I'm patient. I like to wait when books are coming down so I can strike while the iron is cold. And I can save a couple of dollars that I could put toward another book. So just remember, Street Fighter Prime, issue number 0. That Jeffrey Chamba Cruz 1 in 5 variant is hot right now, ladies and gentlemen. And it's definitely looking for some attention. All right? Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, share, ring that bell, so every time I drop a video, you wonderful people will get that notification. All right? Now, at the list at number 14, we have to talk about one of our favorite comics. It's well known throughout the community. This is Wolverine, issue number 8, and this is a hot book. Yes, it's got that classic Joe Fixit and Patch cover. Yes, where they're dressed in the white, looking like they're ready to do work. This book, too, is also down. It is down 56%. Strike while the iron is cold, ladies and gentlemen. I can't promote that enough. I know that, you know, a lot of us have millions and millions of dollars that we like to spend, but I myself, I don't have that type of money. So I like to spend strategically. And this is one of those opportunities. That's why I'm highlighting this book. The last recorded sale for this book was $160, and that was in February 22nd, where CGC 9.6 sold. All right. Average price for the raw copy is $88, and the average price for the graded copy is $299. We've had a total of 2,583 sales for this book that's changed hands on the secondary market. And get this, the all-time high took place back in September of 2022, where CGC 9.8 sold for $1,115. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, not bad at all. So this book continues to do numbers on the aftermarket. It is one of the more common keys, but also it is one that you definitely want to add to your collection. Fair market value has this book listed at $88 for the raw copy in their mint condition. So if you don't want to go after the graded copy, the raw copy may be a little more feasible for you. Keep your eye out, ladies and gentlemen, for Wolverine, issue number 8, that classic Joe Fixit and Patch cover. All right? I really appreciate you guys for stopping by, checking out the channel. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. It's good vibes only. And I just do it for the love, baby. I do it for the culture. I'm just here for the love of the hobby. That's it. All right? So let's talk about it. At the list at number 13, we have to highlight Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars. And this is issue number 8, the direct edition. Oh, yes. Not only is this a hot book, but this is also a key, ladies and gentlemen. This is the origin of alien symbiote that becomes Spider-Man's black suit and later becomes Venom. Yes, guys. Now, there's always this debate of which came out first, this book or Amazing Spider-Man 300. Amazing Spider-Man 300 came out first, but this did come out shortly after, right? You can check the numbers on that. Now, the average price for the raw copy of this particular book is $150. The average price for the graded copy are running you about $519. The last recorded sale for this book took place back in February 22nd of 2025, where CGC 9.8 sold for $575. Yep, $575. So this book is right now, it is currently up 11.86% and still climbing, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a total of 9,622 sales of this particular book that has changed hands, with an all-time high of $16,800 for the CGC 9.9. Yes, the 9.9 is the golden egg in this particular comic. And if you can get your hands on that, man, what a prize that would be. Okay? So, if you're in the market for Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, issue number 8, the direct edition, keep your eye out on this book, my friends, because it's definitely moving on the secondary market, and it is always worthy of your PC. All right, guys, let's talk about this book. On the list at number 12, we have to discuss The Incredible Hulk 449. Because it's time. The Incredible Hulk 449. With all the hype surrounded around that Captain America movie and where things are going with the Marvel MCU, listen. The Incredible Hulk 449. Hot book. It's also a key. We've been waiting on it. It's the first appearance of that team, the Thunderbolts. This book is currently down. Yes, I would have thought this book would have been skyrocketing right now through the roof, but it's currently down right now. It's down 1.51%, with the last recorded sale for this book being $60, my friends. The average price for the raw copy is $75. Now, the average price for the graded copy is $290. So, With a total of 3,101 total sales that has taken place so far, the all-time high for this book took place back in January 31st of 2022, where CGC 9.8 sold for a cool $2,160. Yes, it's actually not too bad for one of our premier modern comic book keys, right? Not too bad. $2,160 is the highest known sale that we have for this book. But if that's too much for your wallet, just keep in mind that fair market value has this book listed at $75 for the raw copy in their mint condition. So if you would like to get your hands on The Incredible Hulk, issue number 449, The Thunderbolts, first appearance, this book is definitely waiting for you, my guys. This book is definitely waiting for you. All right. Allow me to take this opportunity to catch my breath. And I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by, checking out the channel. It's Keep It Comics, where it's only good vibes. Because we all gather in this space for the love of the hobby. Nothing else. Nothing in between. Nothing else matters. But you. Yes, nothing else matters but you. I appreciate you guys. And thank you very much for coming by, hanging out with me. And if you stick around to the end, I'll show you guys a bunch of comic books that I picked up over the past couple of weeks, man. And it's a hefty stack. And you might want to grab some for yourself. So don't go anywhere, all right? So now, we're going to talk about issue number 1 of X-Men, all right? On the list at number 11. This is issue number 1 of X-Men. And this is that Jim Lee cover A that has Beast, Storm, Professor X, and Jean Grey on it. This is that direct edition. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. The first team appearance of the X-Men Gold, Storm, Angel, Colossus, Iceman, Jean Grey. First team appearance of the X-Men Blue, Cyclops, Wolverine, Gambit, Rogue, Psylocke, and Beast. This is the first team appearance of the Acolytes, Fabian Cortez, Annie Marie Cortez, Chrome, Nance Winters, and Delgado. Yes, I did it. I was able to get them all out. Yes, check it out. Last recorded sale for this book for CGC 9.6, ladies and gentlemen, was $49, and that was for the CGC 9.6. This book is up right now, 83%, my friends, with the average price still just being $4. Now, people may say, well, why is this book so hot? Why would I be on the look for such a book that has so many prints and has so many different covers? Well, it's not my game. This is the comic book community's game. This book is hot because you guys are buying it. So I have to share it with you, right? Average price for the raw copy, just $4. Average price for the graded copy, I'll run you about $55. Now, we've had a total of 4,331 sales for this particular book to move on the secondary market, with the all-time high being a CGC 8.0 that took place back in 2024, where that book sold for $240, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, $240. And I know some of you may find that hard to believe that this book got up to those numbers, but yes, $240 for CGC 8.5 took place back in 2024. Fair market value has it listed at $4 for the raw copy in their mint condition. So if you're in the market for X-Men issue number 1, that Jim Lee cover A with everybody on it, keep your eye out on it because it's moving on the secondary market. All right. Now, at the list at number 10, we want to talk about Magic. And this is issue number 1. This is that 1 in 25 second print. Yes, it's out there and it's definitely moving, guys. If you haven't seen it, please look for it. Second print, 1 in 25 Virgin variant by J. Scott Campbell. All right. And it is hot to death. When I look at the colors on this, that purple and that white, and how Magic is standing in the middle of all that, man, as a art collector, as a collector of fine comic book antiquities, this is one definitely for your art collection. All right. So this is not only a hot book, but this is definitely a key. This is a reprint of the first appearance of Demon Crow All right, so you may want to get this in your collection. This book is up right now, 15.37%, with the last recorded sale for this book being $70 for a raw copy in near mint condition. That took place on the 21st of this month, right? Now, average price for the raw copy is $65. There are no graded information. There's no graded information on this book because it's still a young book. This book is brand new, so we got to give it time to circulate. We got to give people time to send those copies in, get them graded, and then now the information will come forth later on, right? But we've had a total of 12 recorded sales for this book, with the highest known sale being $70. Now, if you can't afford the $70, fair market value does have this book resting at $65 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So keep your eye out for Magic, issue number 1. This is that second print, that J. Scott Campbell version 1 in 25 variant. It's moving on the secondary market, ladies and gentlemen. And it's definitely a book that you may want to add to your collection. Now, we're going to double back because there's another X-Men book that's on the list. On the list at number 9, we've got X-Men issue number 283. And this is the first appearance of Bishop. And this is also the first appearance of Game Master. All right, ladies and gentlemen, no holds barred. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I have like 10 copies of this book, but I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm going to continue to hold on to these books because I am a big fan of Bishop's. This book is right now, it is up. A small percentage, but nonetheless, it is still up. It's moving. 2.52% with the average price for the raw copy being $11. Average price for the graded copy is $75. The last recorded sale for this book that took place yesterday, which is February 22nd, 2025, this book sold for $11, and that was for a raw copy in very fine condition. 1,299 total sales for this book moving on the secondary market, with the highest known sale for CGC 9.8 being $255. That took place back in 2021. All right. Now, I'm pretty sure that you can get your hands on a 9.8 and you may not have to pay $255. All right. Fair market value has this book listed at $11 for the raw copy in very fine condition. So if you're in the market for X-Men issue number 283, keep your eye out on this book because it's moving on the secondary market. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's a comic book that I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with. And we are going to talk about Watchmen, issue number 1. Definitely. Classic. I love the comic. I enjoyed the movie series that was put out on it. It's not just hot, it's also a key. This is the first appearance of the Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan, Night Owl, Rorschach, Silk Spectre, Amadeus, and the Comedian. Yes, if I butchered that, I apologize, but it is what it is. All right, listen, this book is down 2%, right? It's down 2%, but now's a buying opportunity. Strike while the iron is cold, ladies and gentlemen. Last recorded sale for this book for a raw copy in fine condition was $39. Yes, $39. Look, average price for the raw copy, $40. Average price for the graded copy is $175. Now, I remember when they first dropped this book, right? This book was so hot when it came out, and everybody was anticipating all the new characters that were popping up showing in this particular series. But now that it's cooled off a little bit, it is a strike while the iron is cold moment. We've had 2,381 sales of this particular book that has moved on the aftermarket, with the highest known value for this book taking place on October 12th of 2021, where CGC 9.8 sold for $1,375. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So this book can definitely have some value to it. All right. Now, fair market value has this book resting at $40 for the raw copy in very fine condition. So if you're in the market for Watchmen issue number 1, keep your eye out on it because it's moving and it's doing numbers on the secondary market. Even though it is down, it is still a hot book. All right. So I want to make that absolutely clear. Just because a book is starting to cool off does not mean that it isn't hot. All right, the comic book community is still purchasing this book. There are still sales being made of this book, even though it has slowed down a little bit. It still may be a book that you might want to get your hands on. All right, So I just want to make sure that we understand that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at the list at number 7, we got to talk about Fantastic Four. And this is issue number 53, the regular edition. Oh, yes, guys. This is one of my favorite Fantastic Four keys, right? And not just because of Black Panther, but it has a great story in there. All right, this is the first appearance of Black Panther. This is the first appearance of Claw and the second appearance of the Black Panther. Let me be clear. Second appearance of Black Panther plus his origin story. All right. Now, this book is up 20.12% right now, with the last recorded sale for this book being $47 for a raw copy in very fine condition. All right, I got a couple of these in my collection, and I'm looking to add another one. I think I'm trying to get myself a super clean copy of this book. All right, so I continue to watch this book. That's why I'm sharing these numbers with you guys. Average price for the raw copy right now is $44. The average price for the graded copy is $146 for the graded copy. All right, we've had a total of 1,406 sales of this book moving on the secondary market, with the highest known value for this book that took place back in 2016. A CGC 9.8 sold for $13,145. Now keep in mind, I want this book, but I'm definitely not able to pay that much. So I'm hoping I can get my hands on something like maybe a 9.6. If I can land that 9.8 and don't have to pay too much for it, I'll give it a shot. But I'm definitely looking to upgrade my collection when it comes to this book. Fair market value has it resting at $44 for the raw copy in very good condition. So I definitely have to keep my eye on it, and I encourage you that if you're in the market for one, you keep your eye on it too. Fantastic Four, issue number 53, is doing numbers, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. At the list at number 6, another X-Men title. This is X-Men issue number 1, and this is the Jim Lee cover B, the Colossus, Gambit, Rogue, and Psylocke direct edition. Absolutely. And this is the first team appearance again. First team appearance of X-Men Gold, Storm, Angel, Colossus, Iceman, Jean Grey. First team appearance of X-Men Blue, Cyclops, Wolverine, Gambit, Rogue, Psylocke, and Beast. First team appearance of the Acolytes. Fabian Cortez, Annie, Marie Cortez, Chrome, Nance Winters, and Delgado. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this book is up right now, 6.29%, with the last recorded sale for this book being $69 for a CGC 9.8. And I'm always cool with getting my hands on a 9.8 for less than $100. All right, and that sale took place back in February. Matter of fact, took place just the 22nd, yesterday. All right, average price for the raw copy of this book is $8. Average price for the graded copy will run you about $64, ladies and gentlemen. Now, check this out. We've had a high sale that took place for this book, where CGC 9.9 and this particular cover sold for $2,508. And we've had a total of 1,368 copies of this book change hands on the secondary market. But if you think that $2,508 is a little too steep for your wallet, just know that fair market value has this book listed at $8 for the raw copy in very fine condition. So you could pay anywhere between $40 to $50 for a raw copy in pretty good condition, looking like near mint condition. If you want to try your luck that way, you can send it in, get it graded, and if you come off with that 9.8, then booyah for you. Hooray, yes, absolutely hooray. You've struck gold, and you didn't have to spend a lot for it. So keep your eye out for X-Men, issue number 1. This is that Jim Lee cover B cover. I mean, that Jim Lee cover B. Yes, cover B cover. All right, guys, we're back on the list. And we got to talk about Daredevil, coming in at number 5. Daredevil. And this is issue number 227. What do you think about this book, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, yes. Definitely one for the collection. Daredevil, issue number 227. the direct edition, and this is the Kingpin cover. Kingpin discovers Daredevil's identity, and this is part 1 of Born Again. Yes, iconic read, classic read, but it's down right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's a strike while the iron is cold. It's a buying opportunity. I consider cold books buying opportunities. When a book has come down and it's not selling as much as it normally would, that means people are not paying that much attention to it. It is an opportunity. Last recorded sale for this book was $88, and that took place on February 22nd for a CGC 9.6. Average price for the raw copy is $17, while the average price for the graded copy is $221. The highest known sale that took place for this book took place back in July 29th of 2022, where CGC 9.8 sold for $635. We've had a grand total of 925 recorded sales for this book so far, and this book continues to do numbers, all right? Now, if you want to get your hands on this book, fair market value has it listed at $17 for a raw copy in very fine condition. So you don't have to go crazy. All you have to do is make a wise decision, all right? Daredevil, issue number 227. Direct edition, ladies and gentlemen. It's hot right now, and it's moving. And I want to make sure everybody understands. We're going to keep the show moving, and I want everybody to chime in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below. If you're digging this Hot 16, shout your boy out. Let me know what it is, all right? And if you haven't been getting my last videos, unsubscribe and then subscribe again, because I noticed that my count is going a little low. I don't know what YouTube doing. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to protect the upper echelon because they know your boy is on the move. It is what it is. You can't stop progress. And good vibes is good vibes, baby. So I don't care what they do. I'm just having fun doing it. All right, everybody. On the list at number 4, let's talk about another classic book. It's been on the list 1,001 times. It's been on so many different lists, but we got to talk about Wolverine. This is issue number 1, and this is Frank Miller's classic cover. Yes, this is direct edition. This book is not only hot, it too is a hot key. All right, this is the first solo Wolverine title and the first cameo of Yukio. And I always thought that she was portrayed kind of like, you know, shyish in the video, in the movie, but it's all good. All right, this book is up right now too, 47%, ladies and gentlemen, and still continues to do numbers. This is a book that goes up and down like a roller coaster, but you have to understand, this book ain't going nowhere. Nah, this is a classic book. Last recorded sale for this book that took place was just today, all right? And that's why I put it on the list. A CGC 9.8 sold for $600 on February 23rd, which is today when I'm making this video. The average price for the raw copy is $154, while the average price for the graded copy will run you about $602. Now, we've had a total of 4,985 sales for this particular book. 2,773 of those are raw copies. Yes, but look, the highest known sale for this book took place back in June 28 of 2024, where CGC 10, a diamond, yes, a CGC diamond, the 10.0, sold for $27,000. Absolutely. These numbers are nothing to sneeze at. Absolutely. If you have $27,000, God bless you. I don't have it. But that's what the highest known sale for this book was, and that was back in 2024. But somebody like me, I'm more interested in that fair market value price for that raw copy, which is set at $154 for the raw copy in near mint condition. All right? So if you are in the market for Wolverine, issue number 1, the Frank Miller direct edition, keep your eye out on it because it's moving on the secondary market. All right, ladies and gentlemen? All right, we've made it to the hottest 3 comic books of the week, and I'm going to share number 3 with you. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. It's your new Hot 16 list. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and we're going to keep it moving. On the list at number 3, we've got Punisher, right? And this is issue number 1. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. This is a key that came out back in 1986. It's the first solo Punisher series. Even though it's a hot book, it's down right now. I actually thumbed across this when I was in the comic book store Friday, I want to say. No, it was actually Thursday, the day after New Comic Book Day. And I actually saw it. So I probably will go back and grab it if it's still there. Hopefully it is. It's down right now. So that gives me an opportunity. Maybe I can negotiate with the comic book shop owner and get that price down just a little bit. It's down 37% with the last recorded sale for a CGC 9.6 being $158. Average price for the graded copy is $27. Average price for the raw copy, hold up, let's switch that back. Average price for the raw copy is $27. Average price for the graded copy is $191. And no, I'm not going back to edit that mistake. It's yours. You can have it. You can keep that. It's on me. It's all good. All right, we've had a total of 1,125 sales change hands for this particular book, with the all-time high that took place back in 2022, where the CGC 9.8 sold for $1,695, my friends. Yes, $1,695 for the CGC 9.8. But just know that fair market value has this book listed at $27 for the raw copy in very fine condition. So if you need to add this book to your collection, just know that now's a good time to get your hands on it. It's cooling off a little bit. It's down 37%. The Punisher, issue number 1, with that iconic twin pistol, blam, blam, blam. Get your hands on it, because it's definitely buying opportunity. All right, ladies and gentlemen. On the list at number 2, we got to talk about one of your favorite comic book characters and mine. You can look around me, take a guess. Let's talk about the Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 1. This is that Mark Cicchetto regular cover. Yeah, guys, yo. The entire Ultimate series, they're all hot, right? So you just have to pick which one you want. Me, I've gravitated toward quite a few of them, right? But they're all hot. Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 1, the Mark Cicchetto regular cover. It's also a key. You got the first appearance of Richard and Mary Parker, all right? Now, this book is up 8.96% with the last recorded sale for this book for a CGC 9.8. That book sold at $208. And that was just a couple of days. Matter of fact, that was just yesterday, February 22nd, all right? Now, average price for the raw copy is $90 right now. So this book continues to do well on that aftermarket. You know, this book is changing hands, and people are definitely wanting to get their hands on it. It is also a great read. So it's not just about the fact that it's a key. It's a good read, and you're going to want to get your hands on it. All right, another take on one of our favorite superheroes. The average price for the graded copy is $190. The all-time high sale for this book took place on March 27th of 2024, where the CGC 9.8 sold for $271, my friends. 271 smackaroos with 1,509 total sales of this particular book that's changed hands on the secondary market. If the $271 is too much for you, just keep in mind that fair market value has this book listed at $90 for the raw copy in near mint condition. So it's not a bad book if you're a fan of Spider-Man. This is a great opportunity, all right? This book is up. It continues to rise in value. I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. This book is not going to die off because not a lot of people was paying attention when this book dropped. So there's not a whole bunch of copies out there. That's what makes this such another reason this book is such a valuable addition to your collection. All right, Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 1. Keep your eye on it, guys, because it's moving on the secondary market. And speaking of moving, we finally made it, guys. Yes, we finally made it to the number 1 hottest comic book in the galaxy. And let's talk about Moon Knight issue number 1. Yes, guys, this also is one of my favorite characters. And I gotta be honest, I really wasn't paying attention to this book until I seen the series on Disney+, and then I really fell in love with how this character was being portrayed. Then I started reading the comic books, and I was like, wow, this Moon Knight character isn't too bad. And I actually went, after that, I went and sought heavily after his first appearance, and I found one for a great price. So I have a really great copy. It's probably sitting at about maybe a 9.0. I want to say a 9.0, 9.4 in that area. But I'm super proud to have this book in my collection. Moon Knight, issue number 1. This is the first self-titled and ongoing series in origin of Moon Knight. This is the first appearance of Bushman and Khonshu, right? So we definitely got to keep this book in the relevant, because it continues to do numbers, even though it is down right now, almost 2%. This book last sold for $12 on the secondary market. All right, $12 for a copy that was in good condition. Now, the average price for the raw copy is $33, and the average price for the graded copy are running about $121. Now, I also got this book in my collection. I have this book in my collection, and I was able to land this one when I went to Texas, and I think I paid like $60 for my copy, and it was spectacular. It's a superb copy, right? Now, the highest known sale for this book took place back in 2022, where CGC 9.8 sold for $1,325. Yes, and we've had a grand total of 7,513 copies of this particular book that has moved on the secondary market. Now, if you don't want to spend the $1,300, just know that fair market value has this book resting at $33 for the raw copy in very fine condition, and you could probably get your hands on the CGC 9.6 from anywhere from about $120 to $130. All right, so if you're in the market for Moon Knight issue number 1, keep your eye out on this book, because it's definitely moving on the secondary market. It's definitely moving. There you have it, guys. That is your list. As I promised, 16 of some of the hottest comic books on the market. How did I do? Do you like the hot 16? You want me to keep it going, or you want me to break it back down to 10? I'll leave that choice up to the comic book community. But since you're still here, it's good vibes only, guys. I do it for the love. I do it for the culture, baby. And just like I promised, I'm going to show you guys some comic books that I picked up for New Comic Book Day over the last couple of weeks, all right? It's a pretty decent haul, and you may see something you like and you might want to grab for yourself. Leave a comment down below. I'm your boy C3. Let's just enjoy the hobby together, all right? So I'll show you what I got. Let me move my Vibe Juice, because we don't need no accidents in the comic room, all right? And I'll show you guys exactly what I got. Here's one bag. It's pretty hefty. I'm just going to pour them all out. And we're going to go like this, all right? Get a little space here. We have Sam Wilson, Captain America. This is issue number 2. Yeah, I got that beautiful cover right there. Man, I wish I could have caught him at Midtown Comics. I could have got this baby signed right here in person. Right? All right. I also got, let me just check the back. Yes, this is my One World Under Doom, issue number 1. This is my JTC Negative Space. Oh yeah, you guys know I'm a big fan of Negative Space. All right. I also have The New Gods, and this is issue number 1. Oh yes. Here's my boy. I got Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu, issue number 5. Fist of Khonshu, issue number 5. Love the artwork on that. I grabbed Ice Cream Man. This is issue number 43. Yeah, I'm going to grab these whenever I see them, because I know there's not a bunch of print runs on that. There's not a heavy print run on that, so I'm going to grab that. I got The Hive, issue number 1. Excuse me. That Vibe Juice kicking in. I got One World Under Doom, issue number 1. I believe this is the A cover. I had a chance to pick up some of the variances for One World Under Doom, but I passed on them. I grabbed the facsimile of The Amazing Spider-Man issue 129. Yeah, I had to grab it. I grabbed Absolute Superman, issue number 2. And I believe this is the second print. Yes, the red cover, second print. This is Absolute Batman. And I believe this is the 4th print. Is that right? I could be wrong. I don't always have to be right, but I got it. This is the all-new Venom, issue number 3, guys. Oh, yeah. It's a good read, too. We got Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 1. This is the 4th print also. Jim Lee cover. And last but definitely not least, from that bag, we got Absolute Batman, issue number 5. First print. All right, that's that for that for that bag. That's it for that bag. I shall put these here. All right. Here's another bag. Yes, thank you guys for hanging out. Keep It Comics, the original Keep It Comics creator, yeah. I don't know why the other people, you know, it is what it is, but it's like how they say, I guess, the copy is flattery or whatever the saying is. All right, guys. New Gods. This is War. This is issue number 3. We got Exceptional X-Men, issue number 6. Beautiful cover. Yes, this is strictly a cover purchase. Storm, issue number 5. This also is a cover purchase. I believe this is one of my favorite artists, Torrin Clark. I love the artwork. Torrin Clark. Kind of reminds me of Hughes a little bit. Yes, reminds me of Hughes a little bit. Just a little bit. But it still has a unique style. All right, we've got Ultimate Wolverine, issue number 2. We've got One World Under Doom. This is Doom Academy, issue number 1. Oh, yes. We've got New Gods, issue number 3. I believe that's the, one of the variant covers. I believe that's the first cover appearance of a new character. We've got Deadpool Wolverine, issue number 1. Second print. Yeah, I never get enough of these two right here. Definitely. All right. Star Wars High Republic, Fear of the Jedi. Got the twins up here. Yeah, had to have that. Got the twins. Yo, she really killed that. I like how she portrayed her twin sister. She did a great job acting when she was portraying her twin sister in that series. All right, we've got Thunderbolts, Doomstrike, issue number 1. Oh, yeah. We got Ultimate Wolverine, issue number 2. Absolutely. And I grabbed a couple covers of that just for spits and giggles. Definitely. We've got The Incredible Hulk, issue number 22. Legacy number, issue 803. Oh, yeah. We've got Deadly Tales of Gunslinger, issue number 3. Another one of my favorites. Remember, I was telling you guys about these covers. Yeah, this is one of those covers I was telling you about that you got to get your hands on. Absolutely. And I got, of course, I grabbed another copy of that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gunslinger Spawn, y'all. If you're not reading it, now's a good time for you to start reading it. Definitely check it out. And last but not least, in that bag, I'll show you guys what I found out there in the wild. And it is Fantastic Four, issue number 209. And this is the first appearance of Herbie. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was just on the list. We just had it on the list. And I wind up finding it out there in the wild. Newsstand. I got to change the plastic on there. It's not bad. Probably about a 9.0, I'll say. Only paid $20 for it. Yep, only paid $20 for it. For a hot book. I'll take it. One I definitely have to add to my collection. All right, now, I'm going to move these out of the way, and I'll show you guys my final stack. These I'm going to set right here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I picked up Alien vs. Avengers, issue number 3. Yes. Alien vs. Avengers, issue number 1. And this is the second print. I like that cover. Definitely. You guys know I had to grab that. Got the yellow in it, the yellow and black. I needed that. Those of you who've been around for a while, you guys know I'm a big yellow collector. I collect a lot of yellow covers, and I like that right there. All right. Again, New Gods, issue number 3. Grabbed a second copy of that. I grabbed another copy of Doom Academy, issue number 1. And lastly, we got Bug Wars, issue number 1, Jason Aaron. Looking forward to reading this. Definitely want to see what this is about. I've been watching it, watched the solicitations. Yeah, Jason Aaron book. So if you don't know, now you know. All right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys. Thank you for stopping, hanging out with your boy. It's good vibes only. Keep it comics. That was your Hot 16. Plus some extra books that I picked up for New Comic Book Day over the past couple of weeks. Salute. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. You know the rules. Keep it comics. Because you know what it is. Later, Gators.